Alright, guys. So we didn't stream yesterday. Well, no, we streamed for 2 hours yesterday, I think, before the Wi-Fi took us down. So doing something a little experimental today, just to fill in the time and get something out there while we're having some technical diffs. And I'm doing an offline stream with a pretty dope theme. We're checking out Baan, which is a YouTuber made anime. Shout out to Gigguk or Gart from Trash Taste. That's yeah. Oh, that's three of his YouTubes all shout out right there. And he was able to make about a 20-minute anime. We're gonna watch a bunch of different content around it, including the film itself, because he is allowing reactions. And then I'm going to upload the Of course, a car is breaking outside as I'm trying to get into it. And then I'm just gonna upload the results of that and call that the stream of today. Thank you for joining me and welcome to On Anime Short Film by Gigguk. Let me just get my clocks going because I am committed to getting these clocks to 0 by the end of the month. The end of the month is in like 3 days, so this has to count. No, it's not technically live, but it counts, damn it.
Run away by an anime and found yourself wondering how on earth such masterpiece could even be created. It's no secret that the process of making anime is intricate and time
So first we're starting off with just some info on what it takes to make an anime.
Episodes of an anime series. Crazy, right? Well, prepare your snacks because in just a few short minutes,
this is created by
journey and
Ultimate
reveal
Bean.
the secrets of how anime
Horror
is made.
Farm name. Not gonna cap.
Anime production is a complex process that involves many specific parts. I'll try to explain it as simply as possible. Once a series and a studio have been decided, the main production staff, including the director, producer, and episode director, hold a meeting to determine who will be involved in overall production. This includes positions like character designer, animation supervisor, keyframe animator, 8-bit animator, CG director, art director, color selector, sound director, voice actors, as effect artist, and more. Each position.
Damn, so a keyframe director and an in-between director is crazy.
The production
A keyframe director, which means you're working on this like movement, like, you know, making the scene move from this to this. And there's also an in-between director. What's the difference between an in-between and a keyframe?
is divided into 3 stages: the pre-production, production, and post-production. In the pre-production stage, the director, producer, story writer, and the original author, if it's not an original series, create the script for each specific episode. Once the script is complete, the series director or episode director creates the storyboard. Storyboards are crucial because they are sequential drawings detailing the major scenes of the series and include information about dialogue, music, sound effects, and camera work. It's the first step in bringing the script to life. After the storyboards is completed, the character designer will create detailed animation character designs to be used as reference by animators during the production stage.
So let me hear that one more time.
To life after sound effects of the series and include information about dialogue, music, sound effects. Storyboards are crucial because they are sequential drawings detailing the major scenes of the series and include information about dialogue, music, sound effects, and camera work. It's the first step in bringing the script.
That is a lot that goes into the storyboard. You gotta have pictures, but just with figures. Oh, I remember that from Zinshu. She was looking at the storyboards to do her animation, so.
To life.
Camera work, sound effects, like the music, yeah, okay. It's not that hard
Storyboards is
to
completed. The character
list
designer will
to
create
keep in
detailed
mind.
animation character designs to be used as reference by animators during the production stage. The character designer will often work closely with episode director and art designer to establish the overall visual look of the series characters. The art
So when you're character designing, are the colorists, the color designers already involved in that?
will develop the overall visual look of the production by creating the detailed designs of location, item or objects, vehicles, and the characters. Finally, the color designer will set the main color palette to be used by the finishing department to color completed animation prior to the use of digital coloring
So you give an
techniques.
idea for what you think the colors will be, but then the color designers really go in there and get into it. Okay.
Ensures that the anime visual and narrative elements are cohesive and engaging. Now we come to the most exciting and challenging stage, the production stage. To make it easier to understand, let's break it into several groups. First up is the support groups, which includes production manager and assistant production manager. Their role is to ensure that everything is on schedule, within budget, and that production milestones are met. They coordinate between each production department, track progress, and deliver production materials from one to another department.
Yo, were those Mappa company cars? That's kind of hard.
Milestones are met. They coordinate between each production department, track progress, and deliver production materials from one to another department. Next is the animators group. Within this group, we have the keyframe animators, who are some of the most talented artists in the studio. They create detailed version of the storyboard's image or layouts they've been assigned and are responsible for drawings the keyframes pivotal moments within the animation that define a scene's motion. Then in between animators who work closely with the keyframe animators to draw the remaining frames needed to complete a sequence of animation. They trace and clean up the lines of the keyframes, then draw the missing frames based on the timing sheet provided by the keyframe animator. But we're not done yet. The third group is just as important. Quality control group. First up is the animation supervisor, who oversees, checks, and corrects the key animators' layouts and drawings. They are the first layer of quality control for an episode. The chief animation supervisor works directly under the supervising director of animation.
Chief animation supervisor works directly under supervising director of animation. The keyframe animators and in-between animators work together as well.
Control, correcting drawings before they are reviewed by the supervising director. One of the most important group in this production process is, of course, the computer graphics group. Led by the CG director, they oversee and manage all aspects of the CG team's work, ensuring visual consistency with the 2D animation. CG artists create the 3D models and texture, while CG animators brings them to life and compile them into scenes using techniques.
CG animators end up with almost all of it.
Group. Led by the CG director, they oversee and manage all aspects of the CG team's work, ensuring visual consistency with the 2D animation. CG artists create the 3D models and texture, while CG animators brings them to life.
Oh, yeah, so you need CG to do any amount of 3D.
Compile them
really
into scenes using technology.
Well, no, because they were drawing 3D beforehand, but that looks crazy.
The finishing group, which includes the background artists who create the scene backgrounds based on the key animator's layout. The art director supervises and produces background art, ensuring consistency across all scenes.
Damn, so it's kind of like music. Like every show needs, like, what is it? It's at 50 to 100 people involved in the cast, which is really dope. Because you could just be a part of a big anime just by, you know, being a really dope artist or computer artist even, or a storyline writer or a storyboard writer.
While the color selectors add colors to each,
I don't think any one person could do all of this, right?
each scene.
Isn't Corey Kenshin like he has a anime or a manga going as well? I heard he has a really dope team.
On the main palette established by the color designer. You still remember that, right? Because I hope so. And finally, the supervising director of animation checks and approves all animation, ensuring it adheres to the storyboards and character design. After their approval, we move on to the post-production stage. In the post-production stage, the audio director and soundtrack composer collaborate to create a captivating musical score and background music that perfectly fits the series. Meanwhile, the sound effect engineer is responsible for producing all the sound effects necessary for the anime, using a variety of techniques such as manipulating real-world sounds or using digital sounds libraries. The voice actors then bringing the characters to life by voicing over their lines, matching their voice with the character lip movements and performing their lines with the appropriate emotion, tone, and delivery. The sound mixer records their voice acting data in the voice acting recording room, including voice editing, merging voice acting recordings, sound effects, and merging soundtracks according to the animation director and audio director's wishes. The sound production supervisors schedules and arrange recording session for each of their assigned project depending on how many recording rooms they have available in their studio. In this post-production stage, the SFX artist produce a distinct visual appearance within the animations such as wind, clouds, lightning, explosions, and others. Near the end of the production, the director of photography hands down to composite animation, in addition to key animators layouts, which often depict scenes framing. Director of photography provides guidance to the individual photographers concerning light direction, focusing, camera work to create the atmosphere of the shot as depicted by the episode storyboards. For the final touch, the video editors assembles all of the footage from the various stages of production, including the keyframe animation, in-between animation, and computer graphics animation into a cohesive and visually pleasing final product. They then conduct final checkups with the director and episode editors, make necessary edits, and apply censorship according to each television station codes if needed. The video editor also works with the sound team to ensure that the sound effects and musics are properly synchronized with the animation, ensuring that the animation is polished and ready for distribution to audience or for those who watch the series.
Yo, why was Gigguk even in this video and Joey? Spent the day inside a Japanese anime studio. I went to a real anime studio in Japan with Gigguk. That's so cool. Alright, so this video, even though I took a risk with throwing it in there, it actually still fits the theme of the episode. Nice, nice, nice. I'm trying to move my mic a little more over here since I'm facing this way right now, so sorry for the little clicks there. Let's get on to the next part of this show.
Are you guys excited for the release of Baan tonight?
Yeah.
New anime short film by
Months later.
Of Gigguk fame.
Yeah, I want to check that out.
Yeah.
I will be watching.
I'm excited. I'm so excited.
It's gonna be good. It's out. I think it's. I don't know what time it is. It's good.
Yeah.
It's like 1 a.m. Japan time or 2 a.m. Japan time. I think. I'm not sure what it is in other places.
I think it was 1 p.m. EST.
I gotta look at the tweet.
Damn, must be nice being in NA time zone. Everything's for you.
Yep, white privilege indeed.
Right.
Yeah, we get out like at
Yeah.
1 p.m.
What's sorry?
EST. Yep. Wicked.
Oh damn.
On Gon's YouTube channel. Yeah, with voice direction from the CWVA as well. Yes.
Oh my god. No way.
So check it out. Check it out.
I'm kind of crazy.
I won't be live at that time, chat, but Gon will be live, and he'll talk all about it, and it'll be cool.
Very kind of him that he's welcoming our streamers to react to his anime.
Yeah, I mean, why not, right?
Yeah.
But we finally get to watch anime and stream.
Yeah, I
without being in
mean,
trouble. Dream come true.
I think that the attitude is slowly changing towards seeing the value in having, you know, streamers and stuff react to things.
I hope so, because a lot of that copyright blocking on Hulu and everything is a little rough, man. We wanted to watch my stuff without going to a backdoor site and watching it with the mouth off.
For some streamers to get the option to react to shows, but the rules are still really strict around it, so I think it's still going to be kind of tough. But like, I think if
that's more because of against copyright laws.
No, because I don't know. I was very Australian. No, because I think the Japan copyright laws wouldn't apply in other countries, obviously. So, you know, you couldn't apply that kind of strict rule set. But like, there has been like, even in Japan, there's been a pretty famous Japanese YouTuber who reacted to like all of Attack on Titan. It's still all up on his channel.
Whoa.
Like, he was allowed to watch all of it and react to it. It's really just the culture is like slowly changing towards it, so it just kind of takes a while.
Yeah.
I think some of my favorite moments of Connor directing was especially when he was.
Yeah, it's like getting permission from the company that made the anime, I guess. If you have any type of licensing process with them, then you can watch their anime. I believe that Speed has something like that with One Piece. All right, this is the episode of Trash Taste where Gigguk is talking himself about the product at Critique Today. Let's tap in. Stay cloudy.
Directing Sydney. Like with every other voice actor, he was like trying to be like. I mean, he was professional with everyone, but there were some moments with Sydney where Connor just told Sydney, "Yeah, can we get that line again, but just better? Just,
Lock the fuck in.
Yeah. Just do it better."
I did feel like I was in Whiplash. I was like, again. Welcome back to another episode of Trash Taste. I'm your host, Connor, once again joined by the boys, Joey and Gaunt. Woo! And it's a very special day.
Yeah, because we are going to have Anime Club, right?
No.
So we're going to have Anime Club, right?
Wait, what?
What?
We going to anime club?
We're going to an Anime Club with My Anime, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I see
thought I
what you
fucked
did
up.
there. Yeah.
What the fuck,
I was
Gaunt?
like, wait, that's next episode, right?
Me and Joey genuinely looked panicked.
Yeah.
We're like,
I was like, guys, pick up what I'm putting down.
I looked over at Connor like, does he know?
He doesn't know.
Anime club?
No.
He doesn't know.
That's next episode. No, yeah, we're doing anime club with Gaunt. Well, we did a very special anime club just yesterday with your anime.
Yes.
You rented out a fucking cinema.
Yes,
Not
I did.
just any cinema.
One of the best cinemas.
This is one of the nicest cinemas in all of
It
Tokyo.
was really nice.
As an avid cinema goer in Japan, I always love to get to go
How do you rate it as an avid cinema goer?
I like the seats and the actual cinema itself. It's
Yeah.
like probably the best layout, I think, out of most of them. Actually, one of the two. Okay, but the concessions are mid.
Oh, really?
Go for it, Nabi. Go.
Yeah, Nabi, what's
Yeah.
up? Oh, yeah, we've got our
Go
sponsors.
for it.
Damn
Yes.
subs.
Damn subs.
I feel like there's very important with the cinemas. There is the part in the cinema and the concessions and their options and what they give you and how good the popcorn is.
Yeah, you fucking waiting in line for like how long?
Yeah.
To the point where Gon and I looked at each other in cinema like, is this motherfucker going to be late?
No.
Because he's getting popcorn
Again?
for an 18-minute anime.
I just feel so wrong being in a cinema not eating popcorn. And so I really wanted to get popcorn, but problem is right now in Japan, Demon Slayer
I promise.
Everywhere.
I'll be able to
and the cinemas in Japan, I know you guys wouldn't have noticed this,
react
they
again, but
changed
that is
the
crazy,
lineup
bro.
process.
Getting popcorn
It
for
used to be
18
that
minutes.
each register would have
I
a
just have to
line.
respect this with proper
all the cinemas
audio.
agreed for some reason they were going to do this horrible way, and I know that it probably is better, where they make one giant line for all of the registers.
Yeah.
But what I feel like it ends up doing is that it makes you feel like you're in a longer line.
It feels like you're at an airport.
Yeah, and then also, sometimes if you get there early, I don't mind lining up in a longer line or being in a slower moving line. But if I'm like cutting it close, I want to be in the shortest line, and so I'll scope out. I'll be
And
like,
you were
this-
definitely cutting it close. So.
So I went in the longest line and we cut it close, but we got a popcorn and I wasn't late. I got there just in time.
Well,
before-
technically, you were late.
Yeah, because the screening started 10 minutes late.
the screening
right.
started 10 minutes late.
Feel redeemed.
Why?
Oh no.
For me?
Yeah, we're waiting for now. Just
Okay, I was gonna say. I was like,
Some fuckers are still buying popcorn. We're going to have to cut it back. Sorry,
well,
guys.
here's what I figured. I figured that when I was in the line, it said 35-minute wait. I was like, okay, if I am late, either someone will message me or someone from Geeks Plus will grab me.
Yeah.
So I didn't have any of those things happen. So I was like, I'm going to keep
it was
lining
a
up.
35-minute long wait.
Dude,
in
if
line?
someone told me, if I got into a line for popcorn and someone said, it's a 35-minute wait, I'm not going to go on that line.
Yes.
Well, okay, Joey.
I'll be
First
like,
of
fuck
all,
this. I'm gonna
in it
go
for the love
back.
of the game.
Just a note, I did rent.
Gang said for the love of the game. He said, I'm not walking into a theater
Nabi and Russell
without
were shitting bricks. They're
popcorn.
"We're-
Like, it's
half
not
my guests are
happening.
not here."
I was in the transceiver. It's like, Masa, do you know where
Wow.
we are? We're about to start.
Because there was other people like Maylene and other Geeks staff members were just there chilling.
Yeah.
And not in the line. They were just waiting. And I was like, oh, I must be.
Shout out to
There were
Wrench.
staff members because there were staff members in case anyone needed Geeks Plus attendees there.
I see, I
So I guess I'll tell the full story from the beginning. Obviously, I premiered my anime for the first time.
Premiere.
That's going to happen in Japan. and I premiered it at the Grand Cinema Sunshine in Ikebukuro, which I'm happy. That was like one of my. I think I've been there before, but I forgot how good the cinema was.
It's a very fancy, like,
Nice.
lobby when you walk in.
I was like, holy shit. The first thing I noticed when I walk in is just, goddamn, this fucking Demon Slayer like exhibit right in the center with like a massive Tanjiro there.
80% of the showings are Demon Slayer.
It wasn't only that. Did you notice the thing that was hanging from the ceiling?
Yes.
It was
Not
like
gonna cap.
the Infinity Castle, I think it was.
Yeah.
Whatever it was just this giant structure.
They commit to Demon Slayer.
Where was this?
Yeah, I was like, people were taking pictures next to Tanjiro.
Where
It
was
like
this?
The Infinity. It wasn't only.
Like a massive Tanjiro there. Walk in.
Lobby when you walk in.
But I forgot how good the cinema was.
It's a very fancy, like, lobby when you walk in.
I was like, holy shit. The first thing I noticed when I walk in is just, goddamn, this fucking Demon Slayer.
What cinema is that?
I think I've been there before, but I forgot how anime for the first time. The beginning, obviously, I premiered my anime for the first time and only time that is going to happen in Japan. And I premiered it at the Grand Cinema Sunshine in Ikebukuro. Which
All right, Grand Cinema Sunshine in Ikebukuro. Shut up.
But I forgot how good the cinema was.
It's a very fancy, like, lobby when you walk in.
I was like, holy shit. And the first thing I noticed when I walk in is just, goddamn, this fucking Demon Slayer like exhibit right in the center with like a massive Tanjiro there.
Yo, a Demon Slayer exhibit is funny. That does sound hard,
Did
though.
you notice the thing that was hanging from the ceiling?
Yes.
It was like the Infinity Castle, I think it was.
Yeah.
Whatever it was just there's this giant structure.
They commit. They commit to Demon Slayer in this country.
I was like, people were taking pictures next to Tanjiro and stuff, and I was like, we rock up and we're like, all right, everyone move away from Tanjiro now. We're gonna set up our small little Geeks Plus Baan booth right here, right next to Tanjiro. Get away, Demon Slayer.
I mean, to be fair, in a sense, that is a massive flex. To say that I fucking premiered my movie next to Demon Slayer.
I mean,
Like, what?
It's kind of dope.
I knew I was only gonna do this like once because I only had the budget to do it once. So I was like, okay, if we're gonna do it, initially we were going to book out like a free theater with that Katakawa owned, which we didn't have to pay any money, and we would have had to gone out like 45 minutes out of Tokyo or something, and I was like, no. If we're doing this once, let's see if we can do this like actually in the center.
Is that the one in Tokorozawa?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, let's see if we can get something more central. And the first issue we came across was no cinema would give us space at all because Demon Slayer. Because Demon Slayer is like, I'm pretty sure if we had the second coming of Christ and the second Demon Slayer movie was airing, Demon Slayer would get like Christ would put to the sides to make room for like the Demon Slayer.
It's like, J
second
man, I
coming.
need you to chill because Demon Slayer's playing right
It
now.
is not an exaggeration. Like just the amount of times they're playing it is like, I think from when because obviously I go and book these.
But now I can't get a ticket for it today. They're only playing it one
They
time.
normally do.
Yeah.
Just straight up double the amount.
Yeah.
My
And like
local-
3.
Every single fucking minute they can play a Demon
Trying to
Slayer
take my
movie, they're
brother,
playing a
but
Demon
back
Slayer
when it
movie.
local
dropped, they
cinema
did have a
has
bunch of
10,
times. That's true.
Rooms,
Yeah.
like 10 cinema rooms. And I believe the last time I went a couple of weeks ago, 8 of them were Demon Slayer all day. All night.
Yeah.
All
and I'm
day
just
is
like, why am I
funny.
here?
Because normally they would have to pick like a couple of movies, and they could play them maybe 3 times a day, and they'd have to be a bit quite selective about the times. But yeah, the Demon Slayer one, they run it from dusk to dawn.
Yeah.
It just plays,
And they're full. All of them
and
are
they're
full.
full. They're all full.
Yeah.
Sorry, carry on.
They are awful, which is why we had such big trouble getting cinema space. But we had this one day that we had to book like I think like 2 months ahead to be like just give us one theater. And I didn't realize when we booked it just how cool the cinema was. I remember when we rock up upstairs, I'm like, yo, no way, there's an actual red carpet. I wore this thing for a reason. Hell yeah. So I rock up, we set up the booth, and obviously it's a different vibe than when we were doing like our live shows, because obviously we do our live shows before, and I've been nervous before, but this is like a different kind of nervousness that I had before. It's so weird. Every time you guys have probably seen this. Every time I'm nervous, I always just like walk around, right? And before the Trash Taste show, I had plenty of space to do that in the green room. But here at the cinema before the showing, I was like told to sit down. So I was just in my seat, just constantly I want to get up and walk. I want to get up and walk.
Didus and I noticed that as he was like, you were pacing back and forth, and then I think Didus was like, "Man, he's even got like the director arm, like, walking around with like the director arms, just like pacing back and forth, being like, oh man,
Nice.
Yeah,
so dope."
yeah. But obviously, you guys come and we do like some pre-interviews. My parents and Sydney were meant to come about the same time as you guys, but they went to the wrong place.
Oh shit!
I think I was first there.
Yeah, you actually first there.
I was
Just
like, what's
rocked up in a suit.
Yeah, I rocked up in a suit. I stood out so much.
And I clearly missed the memo.
Yeah, Joey. You got to wear a suit for a premiere, Joey.
First of all, you guys can come in a taxi, so you know you got it easy. I have to travel an hour to get to the cinema. I'm not wearing a suit in this fucking heat. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was
I
like,
would look good for my blog.
I dressed up for the occasion, but not in a suit.
okay. No, because I was like, I kind of realized before, I didn't put
Broke one
a
of my
dress code
phones.
out there. It wasn't like a black
I'm
tie.
the one who suit pilled everyone.
Yeah.
I told
Yeah.
everyone. Anyone who
Should've just
I
left it
didn't
alone.
tell people, but when
RIP.
people asked me, I was like, "It's suit.
Yeah.
It's a suit."
Yeah, cheers for that.
Yeah.
You didn't ask me. So Geary asked me. Emily asked me. I was like, "It's a suit vibe."
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Dice was like, "I don't own a suit." I was
Yeah,
like, "How
so-
do you not own a
yeah.
suit?" Cooler things.
It was just like a lot of pressure, I would say, because I think I definitely felt the pressure of just knowing that, you know, viewers know me for what my career is, which is
Yeah.
my opinion about anime and talking about anime.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And there was definitely like a certain pressure there where I'm like, shit, if I make something shit,
Right.
Yeah, you have a harder job.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
the where you have to get to is higher because people have expectations for you and think of you as the funny YouTube man.
Yeah.
And not the guy who makes
Well, not only that, but I think just the fact that Gon is known to like express his opinions on
Right,
other
and yeah,
works,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So it's
because
like,
you're very
you know, you don't want to be
yeah.
that guy who's like, you know, very loudmouth about someone else's work
Yeah.
and then turn around and make something similar.
yeah, because
worse.
throughout the process of this, I have definitely seen that critiquing something and actually making something is a different skill set.
Oh, absolutely.
yeah.
You can know
Absolutely.
what is good and what works, but then applying that actively is like a new skill set that you need to learn, and it's a different challenge, which is why my first screenplay absolutely sucked. You know, I had all this thing in mind, and then trying to apply was just totally fucking I totally fucking bombed that.
Yeah.
And then the second pressure was like I had put so much work into filming every part of this documentary.
Yeah, I was shocked by how good it was.
Thank
to
you.
be honest, like I was like, when it started rolling, I was like, "Holy shit, this is insane!"
This is like an actual documentary.
Like this is like really fucking good. And I was like, so obviously I'd seen Baan quite a lot at this point because we've been working on the dub.
Yeah.
But I hadn't seen any of this documentary, and I was like, holy shit!
A documentary about it?
like a Monogatari
Why is that not on the list of content I
I was
have
like
here?
editing the flow. I was like, God damn! Like,
Really, really good.
I went to Muda afterwards. Like, why don't we make shit like this?
Yeah, it's taken us a fuck ton of work, but I would like throughout making the documentary, I was like, damn, am I just documenting my fucking downfall right now? Is this going to be the most well documented? Like, imagine if I made the anime version of like War of the Worlds or something.
But also, I think that there's a lot of value to a documentary like that.
Yeah.
I think that imagine you do the fucking documentary, you build it all up, and it fucking bombs. I would want to watch the bomb.
Yeah.
And like how
I want to be like, well, I want to know what happened.
I think it would be one of those things where it's impossible to turn away
Yeah.
to watch someone have to kind of go through that.
Totally.
Yeah.
Like that's interesting.
Yeah.
That is interesting. I think that's interesting, but also as a
you don't want to
person,
be the guy.
Yeah, I mean, as a creator, I think that'd be hard. But I think as the individual, I think I'd be able to recognize that opportunity, and it would fucking hurt. But I think I would capitalize
It's
on it.
cool when it's not happening to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I would cry myself like for like a month, and I'd be like, all right, I can make some banger content out of this. This is gonna be a banger documentary. Just clowning on myself.
I think that's the beauty of a documentary is that
Yeah.
like you don't know where it goes
Yeah.
when you're filming it.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like it could really just take a turn.
Yeah, there was so many parts during the process of Baan when I just didn't know if it was going to turn out well. Like obviously I've talked about like the creature designs and stuff like that, but before this project, Studio Daisy had not worked on a project of this scale before. So even though I was giving as much direction as I could, there was still like a long periods where I was just kind of trusting them to like, oh, make this look decent and make this look good, and you know, make all the emotional beats hit. And there were some points in the process, which you're going to see in the documentary, where I didn't it's not that I was like, I thought it was going to bomb, but there was some parts where I'm like, I don't think this is as good as I think it is, or as it is in my head.
That's tough to navigate.
Yeah,
right?
and then I realized that feeling is just part of the creative process, because there's so much that I had to just. The creative process is not getting things perfectly the first time. Even working with Kevin, I know how talented Kevin is, but there are even some points with like Kevin's music where I was like, shit, this isn't hitting as much as I thought it would. And this is like no slight at Kevin, because I fucking know how talented he is. And I was like, shit, is this me? Am I the reason this isn't hitting as hard?
I mean, it's because you're, you know, you're in a space where I think it's fair to say that like you're new.
Yeah, exactly.
And Kevin is established, and Kevin is proving himself to do great work. So it's kind of like that scary moment where you're like, oh, I have the vision for this thing, and what this absolute professional who's proven himself time and time again is given to me is not quite hitting where I need it to. And it's kind of scary having to give that feedback and be like, I think what you did needs to be changed.
I think though that's like incredibly healthy actually for a creative, because it's like you don't want to be one of those like creatives, especially if you're going into it like for the first time, to, you know, just like constantly be like, no, this is how I want to see it, this is how I want to do it, and you're just like stuck in your own head. Because I feel like that's where a lot of mid is kind of born, you know, because it's like
you got to be open to ideas.
Yeah, you got to be
Sorry,
open
I was
to
checking my
people's
phone. I'm
ideas
trying to
and
get my
realize,
little
like,
brother dropped off here so I can
totally.
take him to
So I
see
think that's
Demon
super
Slayer.
healthy.
This video is sponsored
Girl
by
is using the
Tokyo
car right
Treat.
now.
Boys, the spooky season is almost here. And you know what that means? That means that Tokyo Treat right here is going to have some spooky treats for all of you.
I have the amazing Spooktober Tokyo Treat box with a bunch of really fun snacks in.
Well, Connor, let me tell you about Tokyo Treats. Tokyo Treat is a monthly snack box packed with Japan's coolest and craziest treats. Each month, you'll get a rare Kit Kat flavor, limited edition chips, noodles, and the latest treats shipped worldwide from Japan straight to your door. And I'm trying to do this ad read, but that looks too delicious.
I've had these before. I did not expect to see them in the box. I'm so stoked. Baby.
Apple pie Kit Kat.
Oh my.
That's messed up, because each box includes a cultural booklet.
It's so hard to tell you about this when I want to eat everything in the
snack
box.
descriptions, allergen information, and fun insights.
Show us
about
the booklet.
Japanese culture.
There it
Connor?
is.
And inside, they have all this amazing information. So if you also want to learn more about Japan and sometimes where the snacks are from, their influence, it's a really cool thing to learn more about it.
But Pokemon fans rejoice, because Tokyo Treat's Trick or Treat Pokebrise bonus is legitimately a thing by subscribing to a multi-month plan to Tokyo Treat. Look at this. You get actual Pokemon stuff. So get spooky with limited edition Halloween snacks everywhere in the world with this month's Tokyo Treat box. You can sign up to a multi-month plan for your own Pokemon bonus. Or you can use our code TRASHTASTE to get $5 off your first box. Order now to get your box in time for us extra special Halloween. Big thanks to Tokyo Treat for
Randy is in CDA. You won't be back till like 2:20. What time do you have to head back out? Okay, that's probably a better idea. Gotta make sure you take the little ones out sometime. Let them know you love them and stuff, you know? Let them know you care about the little cartoons and stuff that they into too. What time did I say it's showing tomorrow? There's a 3 p.m. tomorrow. Bet. Alright, let me hit him up on his little Xbox and let him know. Little one was informed. Yes. That's why we're going to see Demon Slayer.
Yeah. Slay all the demons. I love you.
I love you too.
Making mac and cheese.
You're making the Stealthers? Oh yeah. Alright, family. Acknowledged from every angle. Except from my biological mom. We'll talk to her when we get the chance. Things are smooth enough to. And that usually falls into place when it's supposed to.
Sponsoring this video.
And also, it was just like there are some points where
I won't say I've acknowledged every angle if I haven't acknowledged her. And that acknowledges her in itself.
Of like supervising director. There are during the process of making this, for some reason the algorithm just suddenly started to recommend me all of the fucking Stanley Kubrick documentaries of like how much of a fucking asshole he was.
Yeah.
And I was just
because he was looking up stuff about directing.
I was like, shit. Do I need to be Stanley? Do I need to be like asshole? And I'm like, no. This is wrong. You know, it's. There are times where you need to put your foot down, but also you can achieve great results without being a fucking dickhead.
I mean, what is it? You catch more bees with honey? Is that the saying?
I don't know.
I've
never heard of this.
I've never heard that saying.
You never heard this saying?
No.
What?
Look it up.
No.
Catch more bees with honey. Which means that you
catch more flies.
Flies. Sorry, flies. Catch more flies with honey.
You don't know. It's catch more
It's the same,
bees
but,
with honey.
You know, sometimes.
They said you catch more flies with honey. No, it's you catch more bees with honey. Who says flies?
Kindness is the way, or
Yeah, I mean,
something else.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends. I mean, you just gotta know, right? You gotta know when you gotta do
Whoever
it.
says flies is diabolical. Who's trying to catch flies? What are you doing with them?
Put your foot down and you can say like, hey, this is how I want to see it, and I don't want to do it any other way. But again, I think it's fine to be like, well, you're the expert. So, you know,
I mean, I would say that, you know, before I ask you guys' opinions on the shorts, which I'm very, very excited to hear, my experience has just been life and just work, and this doesn't just pertain to the anime thing, but just everything. Life is a lot easier if people like you. Just
yeah,
be like if people like you, you just life is a lot
We are
easier.
social creatures at the end
You
of the day.
get more opportunities. People want
Very
to
true.
work with you, and I think there was an interview in the press in the
Bar
press
from
interview
the
after
Garnt.
Baan where like the press asked the director, "Oh, why did you want to like take on this project initially?" And he was like, actually, you know, I got the script and I thought it was a good story, and I was interested in adapting the story, but the real draw for this was when he had the first meeting with me, and he was like, I just really found Garnt an interesting person, and I liked his energy, and he was the one that really made me want to work on this project more than the actual story itself. And I was just like,
Oh, that's so sweet. That's
That's literally him going. That's literally him going. I didn't know you were chill like that.
I was like, bro,
That's what's up.
bro, I didn't know you said that.
That's so
I didn't
nice.
know you thought that until now.
oh, that's so fucking sweet.
Yeah, but
Goddamn.
so obviously I premiered it for the first time.
It was great. It was also a great show. Like,
yeah.
so it was like 2 hours.
2 hours.
I didn't know that. I just figured we were watching it and then we'd chat a little bit, but I was like a whole like 2 hour present. It was awesome.
it's like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
love
yeah.
show,
I was like, damn, I'm getting like a whole ass thing.
Yeah, I mean, people paid for it, so I
Yeah.
wanted to give them, you know, something for their money's worth.
Totally.
I fucking ate the popcorn. I literally finished it as the short ended. 'Cause I thought I had to hurry.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, I could have just been, you know. I was like,
Yeah, I just in my periphery because Connor was sitting next to me just the entire time. Just like, bro, relax.
because I'd seen the short already, so I was
Yeah.
like, but I hadn't listened to the obviously all of it in the cinema, which is like a whole cool new experience. So, like Kevin's music in the cinema as always is great.
So good.
So now I can finally ask you guys, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Is it mid? You can tell me.
It was all right.
No.
No,
Joey.
it was basically the first time for me watching
Yeah.
it, and I thought it was fucking fantastic, to be honest. Like, and I'm not just saying that because you're my mate. Like, genuinely, it's so difficult to be able to convey like a full story in 18 minutes of runtime.
Yeah.
And the fact that you were not only able to very concisely give a story that was easy to understand and easy to follow with characters that were relatable, but also I like the fact that you left a lot of room for the lore, for like any potential things. And I feel that's one problem
That's very
a lot of short
important.
anime have, where it's like they try to
to tie it
everything
in,
into a
yeah.
short time period with like nothing left to spare. But like there's so many ways where you can do that and give like an ending that is, you know, what's the word, like is good and, you know, doesn't leave you hanging, and it's succinct, but also at the same time being like, but like, you know, what if we explored that side, or what if we explored that, you know, like it gives room for interpretation. And I think and you did that really fucking well.
You got to dumb it down for people like me. When I first watched it, I was confused.
Really?
No, I was like, who's that old guy? I didn't realize it was Daichi.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh shit. And then I was telling like Emily and Di, I was like, if you need any lore, just ask me. I'm a lore master. I've watched this like 19 times.
Connor went from
I didn't know
like the monkey brain to just understanding all the fucking intricacies of like all the characters and everything
But
like that.
I think it was a short that I think almost is a disservice to watch just one time, because I feel like I missed so much on the first one that I didn't appreciate. Because I was just trying to like get my, trying to
get your bearings.
Yeah, and also I was obviously just like nervous because I was like nervous for you. So I was like, I don't know what to expect. But then also, you listen to Kevin's music. And there's so much to take in that it was almost overwhelming initially. Where I was like, oh my god, there's a lot that I want to watch. We're moving. It's got 18 minutes, so it was cool. And I mean, other than that though, it's fucking awesome. And I really feel like you said, like there is a lot of vulnerability from your side. I think it comes across really, really nicely. I'm interested to see, because all of us have experience with this kind of feeling of home and where do we belong. I'm really interested to see how people who maybe have like never had thought about that will respond, because also we obviously showed it in Japan, and 95% of people there were foreigners, and I feel like they could all relate to that feeling too.
I would say that audience was
like
pretty
perfect,
much
It was perfect.
audience that I was targeting in terms of the themes and like messages of the short itself.
But I also think that there's a lot of aspects to it of like, you know, because even when I moved to London, I feel like I was so quick to want to move because I was like, I don't want to be near my parents.
Yeah.
And then I feel like there's a lot of like introspective kind of, it kind of makes you question yourself a bit of like, okay, why do they do that? Why do they want to leave? What was I trying to prove? My family's great. I love them.
I think it's also even, I think it'll even resonate for people who, for example, like are a little bit younger and haven't left home yet, right? Or maybe are about to leave home, you know, because like they'll see like, oh, you know, maybe these are the hardships that I'm going to have to go through when I leave home.
Yeah.
And, you know, maybe these are the things that I need to, maybe these are the values that I haven't thought of, you know, while living at home that I might have to start thinking about when I do leave home. So like, I think, again, the way that you like kind of structured all the themes was like very all encompassing. And I think that's what, and look, again, I had no fucking doubt in my mind that this was going to be good. Like this fucking gone, right?
I'm so happy to say that it's good.
Yeah,
it's fucking great.
My only criticism, if I were to say any, which is definitely not your fault, is that I just wish it was slightly longer.
Everyone has said that to me.
Everyone has said that. That is no fault of your own. Obviously, that's just the nature of the reality of anime being fucking expensive.
I'm hoping that this kicks off the start because I mean it was so cool. And you know, the one thing that you did with the short, and I was talking to Pete about this, is that like there was a conversation to be had afterwards. About like, you know, the feelings, how we felt, which I feel like is the best thing you can do. Like,
that's what art's for.
Yeah, giving me something to think about is that's it. You did it. You know, like that's like the best thing you could do. And even every time I've watched this thing like 20 plus times now at this point. You know, never got bored of seeing it.
That warms my heart.
It was nice to.
I want to watch it again
because one thing that was super interesting the first time me and Connor watched it together, because we actually watched it in Trash Taste Studio. Because this is already announced, but I asked Connor to direct the dub of it. So he's obviously had to be much more familiar with this world and all the characters than you know, a typical person. But I remember the first time you watched it, you were like, there would like be certain scenes, and you'd be like, that's you. I see a bit of you in there. Yeah, and it's like, it was so weird because I said this at the premiere, but I don't think I've ever felt as like bare, like I've laid myself as bare as with this short, because you know we've had some pretty personal stories in Trash Taste before. We've gotten pretty personal, but goddamn, there's something about the way you put yourself out there in a fictional piece of work like this that I can't convey in like just telling you guys. It's almost like I'm letting you guys in on like my fucking inner self.
I mean, as opposed for you just telling us, it's like I get to kind of live through it.
Yeah, exactly.
Expressing it through art, I think, is very like, you know, vulnerable thing to do. And you know, as much as we all think Trash Taste is dope, it's not a piece of art. So it's a very different feeling, I feel.
Say that to our 200th poop story, Joe.
Yeah, exactly.
It was fun. It was fun. Really, I really enjoyed getting to do the dub as well. That was fun
because
step up. And I felt the same things you mentioned with Kevin with Alex as well. Like where it's like Alex
just updated my UPS settings
and proven himself time and time again. So having to direct Alex is a bit intimidating.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
Like, waiting on some
Alex,
stuff.
can you just do it but better.
Because like one thing that I'm sure you learned as well, being in a position where you feel not exactly out of your depth, but you definitely feel like, oh, I'm working with like some talented fucking people. And I am in control of them, you know, in terms of like the directing and stuff. You have to learn how to just be confident in your own like opinions and your own judgments. Because, you know, at the end of the day, they're talented people, but they also need to be guided with whatever you think your vision is for what works best.
Right. So it's not necessarily like, oh, what do you guys think? Can't really do that. That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think it's very, you know, just of course, hearing you talk about, you know, how you came to create Baan. I think it's very obvious to anyone, even on a first watch, that, you know, Daichi is you first and foremost, you know, and you know Rin very much is Sydney, and I think like I enjoyed it because it's like you got to really see the same concept of leaving home, but told from completely different perspectives.
Yeah,
which I think is so important, especially when you're talking about a story like this, because as you know, everyone's perspectives on leaving home and feeling homesick or wanting to return home is very different. But at the same time, there is that, you know, universal feeling of longing for home, right? And I think Daichi and Ren both conveyed like both ends of that spectrum beautifully.
Yeah, I like that both sides were told of like moving. You know,
both are just as valid as each other's, you know, even though they may be in different circumstances. So yeah, I legitimately have very little to complain about. I just want to watch it again.
Yeah, it's because it's interesting because you're not the first person who has like come up to me and was like, "Oh, you're Daichi, right?" And I can see obviously why people would think that, I guess. But I guess I've always thought, and I guess there are obviously similarities to me, but I've always approached Daichi as more similar to my dad, and obviously I'm my dad's son, so obviously there are going to be some similarities that rub off onto Daichi. But when I was trying to convey Daichi's story, I was trying to imagine myself as Rin, kind of like what journey did my dad go through when he was traveling around, because my dad traveled from Thailand to England where he had me, and he had this whole kind of like journey about where the fuck he found his home was, and that he ended up settling in England. So writing Daichi was a lot of how did my dad handle the situation? How did my dad feel when he moved far away from home? And why exactly did he end up settling down in England specifically? And I was like trying to answer all those questions in my imagination through Daichi himself, because the way that, especially when Daichi is older, the way he communicates was very, very much inspired by how my dad communicates, because my dad is let's just say he's a very loving and sometimes very worrisome dad. But the way he communicates that is not always directly. He has a certain way of communicating his anxieties and his worries for his children, or I should say his child, that isn't always 100% direct. And a lot of the way Daichi handles his relationship with Rin was how I imagined, or how a lot of how my dad handles his relationship with me. So I would say that both Rin and Daichi, there is like a part of me in them, but I wouldn't say that either character is like a direct one-to-one to me, or it's not a direct one-to-one to anyone.
I mean, definitely
that
not.
makes sense.
I mean, when I said that, like, you know, Daichi is you,
built that character up of pieces in a way.
His story being very reflective on your personal story and the way that you viewed your personal story, right? So like, you know, and you know, I think as well the comparison might come from the fact that, you know, Daichi is the male main character, and you know, you are a male, so it's like I think it doesn't really. I think a lot of people maybe don't really think it beyond that point, but if you actually, as you said, like if you look further into it, I can definitely, you know, knowing your dad, I can definitely see parts of your dad, I can definitely see parts of you, but I can see parts of myself as well. In Daichi,
it's this weird thing where I don't know if like maybe other creators have a similar thing,
It's
but
been going smooth for a bit.
Characters, and when you're creating these characters, there's a certain way you see them in your head when you're like, okay,
we had back-to-back drops right before I started today, so shout out that.
Or that character is going to be like that. And then especially when making an anime, it passes through so many different people, right? It passes through a character designer, and then an animator, and then a voice actor. And little by little, everyone on the team added a little bit of themselves when they, you know, helped me make this short film, right? So little by little, the characters change just a little bit, like slightly. So they are different from how you initially envisioned them, but the more that they pass, you know, different people, the more kind of like solidified and real that they get to there was a point where I genuinely started to think of them like real people. You know, it's, you know, even though they were inspired by his story or that story, and eventually you get to this point where the characters are just their
so
own
refined,
people, are just their own thing. And that moment made me really empathize with a lot of creators who are just like, I don't know how the story is going to turn out, you know, because sometimes you have a plan about how a story is going to turn out, and then you write the characters, and the characters sometimes aren't exactly the way that you envision them to be. And
that's deep. So like, yeah, the character gets passed through these character designers and different like story and creators and stuff like that, and eventually it's not the character you initially created, it's like all these different aspects into it, which makes a whole new character that you're almost forced to not even just figure out where they're going with it, but collaborate on where they're going with it. So you don't know how the storyline is going to end for some of your characters, and now you're as the writer in suspense while you're writing it, which is pretty dope. I think that's pretty deep and dope. Pause.
So they kind of like, sometimes there's this character moment and they act a little bit differently from how you initially thought they were going to do it, until you get to that point when writing where you're like, wait, no, this doesn't make sense. They do something different in this scene or this point.
And I think like in writing fiction, that is probably like the hardest thing to do, is the fact that it's like, okay, how do you write a character that everybody knows is not real and make it feel real? Like that is so much harder to do than it sounds, because again, especially in animation, you're like, that's not a real person. Clearly, that is a drawing. But how do you make it so that by the end of whatever story it is that you're following, how do you make yourself look at that character and go, I can either see myself in that, I can either see someone I know in that, or I can see a person like this existing in real life.
Because I'm gonna say this, Connor. There was like a few points where I was just like so fucking proud of you, man. So far,
Thanks,
I'm gonna gas you up a bit, because there was points in the dubbing session in the directing booth where, you know, there would be a line said, and when you were directing, number one, you got like the emotional beats perfectly, but like what also made me like super happy and like super proud that I was like, I fucking knew you could do a great job.
Thanks, man.
With this, was there were some points where a line would be said and you'd be like, I don't think Rin would say that, or I don't think Rin would say it like that. And I was like, yo, I didn't even need to say anything. He understands these characters so well.
He understood the assignment.
No. Yeah, I was like,
oh, thanks, man.
I was like, my bro understands my babies. I'm so happy. Because like I said, there'd be so many times in the booth where you'd correct a line, or you'd correct a line read, because you're like, the character would say it like this, and it was always exactly how I understood the characters as well. And it was like, to me as the creator, it felt like you're like your mate, understanding how, like, what your children are, you know, who they are.
I mean, it was like fun challenge, but I mean, luckily, the one benefit of it being short was that one, there was less work for me to do, but it was that meant that it was easier to understand the characters. And I think also what made it significantly easier in this scenario is that, like, I think even just from watching it once, I understood from you talking to you a lot, obviously Trash Taste, like I understood a lot of these characters like pretty deeply just from that. I felt like, because I kind of, you know, I could see where the inspiration was drawn from. So I think that made it a lot easier.
This episode is sponsored by Google Gemini.
College students, do you know that you can turn the most complex topics into simplified ideas, or hours of research into just minutes? How about turning class notes into practice quizzes that help you get the big idea? With Google Gemini, you can do all that and more. You can even turn long reads into quick listens, because what's better than a podcast? So, you know, doing the whole nonsense clothing thing, I have to talk to a lot of clients, and a lot of these email chains can go 50, 100, sometimes 200 emails deep. And when they get that long, I kind of lose track of what the whole chain was about. But thankfully, Google Gemini is there to condense all of that information into simple bullet points so that I can get right back on track.
And students get Google Gemini's Pro plan free for 1 year. But hurry, this offer ends soon. Sign up by October 6th to get free access to Gemini 2.5 Pro, unlimited image uploads, deep research, notebook LM, 2 terabytes of storage, and more. Visit gemini.google/students to learn more and sign up. Terms apply.
Back to the episode.
And then also, I think, on top of that, yeah, just, I mean, having you as the show, like the main creative, kind of allowed me to be like, all right, look, if I'm stepping out of line, I'm sure Gaunt will tell me, and he'll rein me in. But here's where I think that we can do. And then also, it's a tough thing with anime, because when you translate it to English, I think a lot of people really don't appreciate the difficulty of making a language with a different culture sound similar. But then you're not trying to emulate the Japanese, because if you try to do English, like try to just translate and do the Japanese, it doesn't really sound right. And so then it's like, how do you find the balance here of like being faithful to what has come, but then also kind of adding a twist. But in this case, it was really nice, because it was almost like, okay, just ignore the Japanese. Like, it's like, this is a story. And it is being told in English in this scenario. And it is not meant for any one language here. So when there was
then
questions
give
about
your
like, well, this in the
English,
Japanese,
take your English afflictions at that point. That makes sense.
I think it also,
let's do it like this.
I think it also definitely helped that
You're
unlike
doing
a
a
lot
dub.
of anime,
That's an out of context fucking cut.
fuck the Japanese.
No.
I think it definitely helped as well. I haven't heard the dub yet, but I trust Connor and that he did a fucking fantastic job on it. But what I think as well that probably might have helped is that unlike a lot of other anime, Baan isn't really tied to one culture.
I think that helped, language so much.
You know? It's such an overall concept that can apply to any language and any culture that I feel like it's correct to say fuck the Japanese, because it's like,
because if it's just like a school anime in Japan, we should be mimicking that kind of
exactly.
If it's like a story about life and going through it, it's like, okay, how do we make this sound more natural in English? And there were some lines that, like the Japanese one is like would sound very stiff in English. I think just kind of finding that middle ground that was that wasn't too like Gen Z, like fucking lock in, bro, it's time to go, but like adding a bit more language of like, this is probably what he would say. Like, this is what Daichi would say in the song. Like this makes it sound like I've fucking made it all hip, and it's not even remotely that, but like, just changing the language to allow also then the actors to give a more authentic,
be more
performance
natural,
as well, and allow the actors to say something. And then that's,
I've even heard
also
like some of the dubs in the new Dragon Ball games of Trunks saying like no cap and stuff.
He's like, I feel like Daichi would say it a bit differently. I think and it's like, all right, let's try it. Like, let's just hear it. Like, we're not in a rush. Let's give it a shot. And then
did that really happen? Let me see.
Like, that's great.
I actually I need to know if that was real, if that's really in SZ. This is obviously a callback to Dragon Ball Z, where the same promise is made, but Trunks' response in Sparking Zero is unique as he says, no cap, let's go. That's fire. Let me see that.
I have to whip you into shape every now and then, honey.
18, honey. I'm happy to practice with you as much as you want. But remember, every guy's got their limits.
If you can punch me in the face, I promise I'll take you to that amusement park you're always going on about.
No cap, let's go!
Fire. Trunks really says no cap.
Brink of death. But let's see which one came back stronger, shall we?
Shout out the DBZ creators for doing that in SZ. They really snapped for that.
We don't need the Batara anymore, huh?
Alright, let's head back.
That's awesome. That is exactly how I feel like Daichi would approach this. Especially because I feel like Alex can relate to Daichi.
I mean, part of the reason I asked Alex is because I knew he could relate to Daichi's character, and also he's a fucking talented voice actor, so I knew he could nail the role, which he did. But yeah,
Where are your dogs
with the
getting
approach to
buried?
the
That's
dub,
okay with
like,
all these knives. We gonna see Pet
I
Cemetery.
almost see English Daichi and Rin and Japanese Daichi and Rin as like two separate characters, you know, that go through the same story. The way I see it is, you guys haven't like you guys don't watch much musicals probably, or like much stage plays.
No, I don't. Well,
But
I'd love to watch more stage plays. But sadly,
But like they, you know, I've seen musicals where you see the same. You see the same script and you see the same story, but you see two different actors playing the same character.
Yeah.
But two
it's totally
different
different, yeah.
interpretations of the actor. And even though they have the same lines, go through the same character arc, have the same plot progression, seeing just two interpretations of the characters, there's so much nuance where that is different. That is different from one character, from one actor to another actor. That they're almost two different characters, even though they're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that was
Interesting.
how I viewed the English dub to the Japanese dub, which is these are two. They are. These
didn't
are
think
two
about that
characters
would
who are going
happen.
through the same things, but the
Alternate
nuance
universes.
of how they say things or how they interpret things is just slightly
Changes.
different.
Yeah.
And I honestly think that that is for me personally, I've always wanted to do that, because even with ourselves, even with people, I would say that Thai speaking Gant and English speaking Gant are two slightly different people. Even though they're both
Interesting.
Gant,
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
they're two slightly different people.
Yeah, I think we all
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
As bilinguals,
absolutely.
yeah.
There's a difference. Right?
Yeah,
'Cause the
that-
language comes with a cultural knowledge.
Oh, I need to learn
Exactly.
a new
So I was
language.
like, Connor,
Either Spanish or
you
Japanese is
understand these
happening.
characters,
Damn it.
And I want
Maybe
you to
Chinese.
like direct these characters for the English side. You know, this is you understand the characters for the English side. And seeing Connor just step up to the plate was just fucking yes.
It was great. I mean, I also like it was great because you'd pretty much you and Diana had pretty much done everything, all the prep.
Yeah.
So I just got to rock up and just like understand these characters and just direct. So that was
Yeah.
great. Yeah, it was really
I think
fun.
some of my favorite moments of Connor directing was especially when he was directing Sydney. Like with every other voice actor, he was like trying to be like, I mean, he was professional with everyone, but there are some moments with Sydney where I think he just, obviously Connor and Sydney know each other very well.
Yeah.
And I think there are some moments where Connor just told Sydney, yeah, can we get that line again, but just better? Just do it better.
I just felt like I was in Whiplash. I was like, again. No, I mean, it's like it's when you're working with someone you don't really know, you don't know the boundaries. And so it's like, okay, that was a good take. We want to, and you know, I'll try and be a bit more technical with how what I'm trying to talk about.
Yeah.
And I think also obviously doing voice acting helped a lot in terms of I know what they're trying to do and where they should be doing it.
Yeah.
But with Sydney, obviously, that's comfortable. So I can be like, Sydney, you know that sounded like shit.
Yeah.
Just do it again. Like I'm not going to give you like direction that's not going to you like, because sometimes there's just a line and you know you flubbed it.
Yeah.
Or like it's okay. Or like you know you did a line, you're like it could be better.
It's like, you know what you did.
And I'm like, instead of me like having like, well, we did it, it's like just do it again.
You know
Do it
you
again, and then
did.
once we
You
get
know what
something
we
like
did.
75%, we can work on the specifics of how to change it.
Yeah.
The only sad thing that the hardest part about ADR, which is the matching the lip flaps, is that sometimes you just get a bang a line and it just doesn't fit.
Yeah.
And that, like in Japanese, there's not like an adherence to sticking to lip flaps as much, but in English, we're very accustomed to matching lip flaps. Pretty strict. Like you kind of have to match them because it looks really off. I don't know why Japan they're okay with this, and like why I don't know why this just like you just get used to it. I think it's a thing.
I think it's just because like, you know, historically most Western cartoons have perfect lip flaps, you know?
Yeah, and I think
For the most
also
part.
English people are spoiled in the fact that all of their media is predominantly made first language English.
Yeah.
Whereas I think other countries often they have to kind of get used to just things being dubbed, and
Yeah,
sometimes you know it's not. I don't know.
That's why if you see like an English dub of like say like a kung fu movie, like people are like less, you know, worried being like, oh, the lip flaps didn't match. It's like, well, duh, it's not in the original language.
But yeah, so that's like the major challenge of ADR specifically is that like you just need to get
sometimes the line doesn't allow you the emotion that you want to get, or sometimes you need to just change the words to then get that emotion. And you know, it depends on how strict it is. Luckily, in this scenario, we're able to change words around pretty freely. To get that kind of make sure we can get that performance and we're hitting the right emotional notes.
Yeah. Like there was also one scene where obviously Rin gets drunk for the first time, and there's this moment in the booth where Sydney does a line read, and Connor's like, Sydney, you were born for this role. I know you can put up the drunkenness more than this.
Doing drunk is hard.
I can imagine.
It's really hard.
Without being drunk.
Because I said this when we were at the premiere, but like, I watched an interview with, I think it was like Sir McCallan talking about it. And he said that when you play a drunk character, the drunkard never wants to be seen as drunk.
Yeah.
So when you're drunk in real life, you do everything in your power
to look
not
as sober
sound
as
drunk.
possible. Yeah.
And so it's like, but you give things away.
Yeah.
And so like when you go to be like, it's like, dude, come on, like that's not how a drunk sounds.
Yeah.
You need to have that kind of that you're hiding something, and that needs to come across, and that's tough. But again, Sydney got that pretty easily. Sydney got that pretty comfortably.
Back. Like, I would say that the one big change that the director put in there that I'm so glad that he did, because I missed it in the screenwriting phase, was, do you know the attack scene? In the attack scene that comes halfway through. Right? In the screenplay, that was off screen.
Yeah.
Rin's parents die off screen.
Spoilers, geez.
Yeah. Because like part of the reason was I was like, I don't know if we have the budget to do an action scene, or like I wanted to do it, but I was like, I don't know if we have the budget to do it. I don't know if the director wants to do it either, but the director was like, no. Cut out something from the middle, cut out something earlier. I want to add an action scene in it. And after watching the first draft of like the storyboards, I was like, when the action scene comes in is just the exact point where my kind of attention was kind of like starting to dip a little bit. And then like I realized that he added that scene as soon as the energy level started to dip a little bit, and then the action like brings the energy level up again, and I was like, oh.
Bro pulled up the YouTube average view duration graph. I was like, this is where it dips. Add the action scene.
I was like, oh, okay. I'm reinvested again in the story, even though it's like a short like film. I was like, oh, I would have missed this unless I had the experience of filmmaking to actually think about like energy levels and like retention levels.
Not only was that great though, but I also think that it was so well placed because it was around the time again where you've stuck around with the story and these characters enough to actually start caring about these characters quite fondly. And the fact that we got to not only see a really cool and well animated action scene, but also it helped not only build the lore, but also like build up that character, and build up the world in general to the point where not only is it visually entertaining, but like kind of what is it like just you watch it and you're like, oh, actually now you just open up a whole floodgate of so much more cool lore elements that I want to know more about.
It was good. I love the shots that you had where you just like Kevin's music just fucking do its thing. I love that. Kevin's music was so fucking
the montage scenes was
just
so
all the moments
nice.
where you just have an extended shot. I'm like, oh.
I think my favorite visually speaking was that scene where Child Rin runs into Daichi.
Oh yeah,
and there's that really trippy cool scene where it just kind of goes into slow motion.
So good in that
the music is so good in that, but just visually it's so cool that you like kind of held that out, because that's a very incredibly pivotal moment for both these characters in their story, right? And the fact that you just held out and actually gave it time to breathe is really nice, because not a lot of anime do that.
I mean, I wanted to, and I think there was a moment in the premiere where I was like, shit, maybe it's going to be all right. And that moment was actually right at the end during the Q&A section, right? Because we've done Q&As before. We've done a lot of Q&As before in panels. And I'm used to answering a certain type of questions.
Are you a boobs or butt guy?
Yeah. And this was like one of the first Q&A sections in my life where I was like,
it was cool.
I was so fucking locked in every question that was asked. That was like, oh, I'm so fucking happy that you asked that question. Because like people were genuinely asking, like, I think one of the first questions was there's you know, I add the whole kind of like concept of magic in there that you think.
Yeah, that question. I thought that guy was a plant.
Yeah,
I was like, that question was such a good question. I was like, God set this off.
Right.
where he was like, so what's the deal with like magic in there? It's just like, is it like, do people like it? Is there a social stigma? And I was just like, holy shit, you picked up what I'm putting down.
Everyone was locked in.
Yeah, everyone
there was like really into it, and it was cool because I'd been to like similar kind of events in the UK.
Yeah,
and the questions they were asking were like very similar to the ones they were asking these like very serious directors.
Yeah,
I think I watched like the Alita Battle Angel with the director screening or something.
Yeah,
and like and it was all very same questions. They were like very serious. Like, and I'm so used to the questions we get asked.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was like, damn, it's kind of cool to see.
Yeah, totally.
It's kind of cool to see my boy up there.
Yeah, and like there was the last question, which that to me sounded like a fucking industry plant.
Oh, dude, that was you couldn't have ended that more.
Yeah.
I was like, this is how the documentary ends. I could already see it. I could already see the question, the shot, the film. You like, what's next?
Yeah, it was like the last question I got was like, what is your like answer to where?
That's right.
Where home is.
Yeah.
What is your Baan?
What is Baan to you?
Yeah. What is Baan to
This is like
you?
literally the ending of the documentary. I could see it already. Like, it was set up.
And I was just like, I was like, I have the perfect answer to that because you've already seen my perfect answer, and there was so much because the answer I gave was that I found my answer of where my home is through the process of making this film, and you see my answer to that in the short film. I have laid out everything. How you interpret that, I want to leave up to you, because this was like this. As a fan and now as a creator being on the other side, there's so much of this world and there's so much of the storyline that I've intentionally left up to the viewer imagination. And every person I've talked to has asked me a different aspect of the world, a different aspect of the story, of the lore and stuff like that. And some things I'm happy answering, like, you know, is magic a social stigma? And, you know, for example, with that, I was like happy answering, yes, you know, it is. I put the magic in there as like, it's not illegal in Japan, but it definitely is to use it in public, bad manners. And that's not something I specifically say, but I'm happy that you were able to gauge that based on just vibe and just context about imagining what would happen if magic did exist in this world. But there are like other sides of the lore where I know the answer, but I would like to leave a lot of it for you guys to fill in the gaps yourselves.
Yeah, leave it open for interpretation.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally.
I don't want to explain everything. I want there to be, I want you to be able to create your own story with the world and the characters that I've created, where you can also fill in the gaps yourselves, because everyone will have a different interpretation. Everyone has a different way that they think things are going to play out. And when I got to the bar afterwards and you guys were just actively discussing it, I was like, shit, man, this actually happened.
I think that's what makes the most compelling.
You rocked out
pieces of
anime,
art, is
bro.
The fact that I think artwork that lays out all of the answers square up, and so for where it's like there's no room for interpretation, or there's no room for looking at it in a different angle. Sure, in some examples may be more appropriate, but I think the best kind of art is the ones where it's like there is no clear answer. There are so many ways to interpret it, and none are more correct than the other.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not like I intended. It's not like it's a lot of this is me talking after the fact. What I just wanted to leave you guys with and the audience with was just something to think about, something to like simmer, because the pieces of media that hit me the most is when I finish it, and from the first viewing, there's a lot of information to take in, but I wanted it to be simple enough that you got the core idea and you got the core feeling without needing to feel like you had to understand the nuance of every little intricacies in every little plot point. which you will, hopefully gather in the second or third viewing if you want to view it more times. But I just wanted to leave you guys thinking a bit, pondering a bit, questioning a bit, because that's me. I do that all the fucking time.
Yeah.
That part is something that is just my life. And if you watch the short film and you even for a second just think about the message or think about how you're interpreting certain scenes or certain things in the film, then I think that I'm so fucking happy, and I'm glad that I could take just a little bit of your time.
And that's why he's the GOAT.
Nice.
That's why he's the GOAT.
Yeah.
I gotta piss. Fuck.
So, what's gonna rock out even more? Okay, let's see what the most important questions.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
Perfect.
But I wasn't late.
You weren't late. You weren't
I got
late.
my popcorn.
Yeah.
It was good. I like the theater a lot. It was great.
Bro, it was so weird because making something like this, you have a feeling about what people are going to gravitate towards and remember and attach themselves towards.
Yeah.
But you can never know.
That late
until
applause, but
it actually happens. So one of the biggest feedback I got after the viewing was everyone was fucking hungry. And everyone was craving curry, man.
Yeah. I mean, because the food is such a big part of the movie,
And that was just something I never considered. That was, I thought, oh, people are going to be talking about the world, or maybe like the Naga, or maybe like Ren or Daichi story. Like aside from like the entire like concept of like home itself, everyone was just like, yo, where the food at? Yo, what was the curry? That was the biggest fucking question. What was the curry that was in the final scene?
Dude, it's just, everyone's got that one dish that's kind of like curry. It's kind of like just food with...
First step. I mean, most important question was, where's the food? And now for the most important question of today. Which Naruto character did we get? Oh.
Hell yeah!
This is going to be crazy.
Yeah, boy! Who's that Pokemon?
Moment of truth. And shout out my mom for grabbing this for me. Aw. Close. But still the color I wanted. And it's pretty short, so I think this might be the official. We got Hinata. This is Fly. Ah. There is a texture on the tag. Huh. Guess this is the real rock out. Nice. This is really Fly. Shout out to mom. This is so cute. I'm deciding, do I keep it or give it to my girlfriend because it's Hinata. Oh, she got little feet.
Yeah, boy!
All right.
Who's that Pokemon?
Section of the episode is over. I'm gonna throw this at her. All right. It is in the hands of the goodness now. Where it should be. Hands of the girlfriend.
Yeah, where it's safe.
Yes. It's light blue. All right, and now we must watch Baan. Now, okay, is this a doc? It says something about.
Has there ever been a line you wrote in one of your videos that ended up really sticking with you?
I mean, that is a tough question.
My headphones didn't hear anything all of a sudden.
I don't even know where.
Here we go.
Has there ever been a line you wrote in one of your videos that ended up really sticking with you?
I mean, that is a tough question. I don't even know where to begin with that. I've written so many lines about so many different shows, so many different anime that I don't even remember every opinion that I've had. But if I had to pick one, there is one that still stands out to me. And it was a line I wrote when I was talking about Porter Robinson's Shelter. And I remember this line vividly because it was at a time when I had just quit my job to pursue this YouTube thing full-time, writing about anime, and I was nervous as hell. So I was in my bedroom, which at the time happened to also be my office, writing about this one guy who had gone out to Japan and collabed with this Japanese animation studio to make an anime music video. And I thought that was cool as hell. And I remember writing this line. It went at something along the lines of, this man has shown that you can live the weeb dream. You can go out and make your own anime. All you need is fame, a shit ton of cash, an international music producer, backing from some anime studios and companies, and a great vision with a burning passion. Easy. Right?
This game stole my wife. Yeah, I think this is the doc.
Guiding my way as I wander, voice on
Backing from some anime studios and companies, and a great vision with a burning passion. Easy. Right?
What a moment.
I hear the whisper, I hear the song, guiding my way as I wander. Voice on the wind, echoes and sings, calling me forward where I belong.
行ってきます。
お願いします。
Calling forward to guide me home. Life holds stories in moonlight and rain, each a reminder that love remains. Now I'm home.
バーン、大人の教会。
Ziggy, set the studio to purple. Let's do it.
You want to come along?
In it. Bye already. I'm liking the color palettes.
At Euthagnia, you'll discover monumental history and miracles that only occur once every 200 years.
I don't get it. What's he thinking?
We are now arriving at Floor 1. Floor 1. Please be sure to take all your belongings with you when departing. The Cosmoliner is running on schedule. Floor 1 activation is scheduled to take place at
Seriously?
15 p.m.
I really wish you would quit going through my PC.
Activate at 9 o'clock.
I'm headed out now. See you, Dad.
What? It's a threat level 2 zone?
This is Floor 2. Floor 2. Please be sure to take all your belongings with you when you depart. Thank you for riding with Cosmoliner.
I know you're worried, but I'll be fine. Have a little faith.
You have to stay here, okay? Promise I'll be back.
Thank God you finally answered. Have you read
I'm
any of my
going now.
I'm going now.
You need to come home.
I know you mean well, but you have to let me do this on my own.
This is so exciting.
Relatable.
I'm ready
It's that
now.
phone call in itself.
Understood, sir.
Today marks the beginning of my new life.
Yo. Her alarm clock won't let her click it. Forces you to wake up.
It's here. This way now.
That's kind of fire.
Oh, please, come on, please. Okay. Let's see here. 13 rejections in a row. This sucks. Email. Lucky number 14. rejection? Here goes. Dear applicant, okay? We'd like to inform you you've been accepted. Accepted! Yes! I got accepted!
All right, that's not bad. I was never one for cooking back home.
Just a moment. It's almost done.
So he rocked out
to make meals with you.
It style,
I should have said so.
Thank you for calling customer support. My name is Rin. What can I help you with today?
Hey, yeah, I'm calling about the thing you sold me. Uncle Chunk broke as soon as I opened the package. I needed it for tomorrow. Send me a new one right now.
Could you please specify?
I'm not playing dumb. I want to talk to your manager now.
I was say, are her wings fashion or is she a fairy? Uh-oh.
I'm so sorry.
All right, that looks like it. Oh. Oh.
All right. I needed that. It was only day one. I'll do better tomorrow.
It seems she's all right for now.
So,
Some fairy godmother action going on, I see.
Not yet. Your folks run a clinic, right? Think you'll just end up working there?
I don't know. Not if I can help it.
He's feeding the fairies. Wait a second.
I can't go. I won't go back.
Yeah. Her mom is like spying on her.
Have you ever been to a festival this big, Rune? If they have the same yakisoba style as last year, we have to.
That sound. Is there a festival happening?
Here they come! Two formation! Yes, sir!
Nada, protect the egg, okay?
I will.
Yo,
Where's
what
that
is
signal?
this?
There! Leave the rest to us! Don't let
On that day.
On that day. On that day, I found the place where I truly belong.
That was really cool way to mix their little stories, and that was really dope. Have her run into him. Their stories were completely separate, and so they just crashed into each other. Huh.
And I would never look back.
On that day, I became a burden on Daiichi's shoulders. That's why I can't go back.
Bin, come on, let's get going.
Right.
This might take a couple watches.
Toasty warm, even though I'm covered in snow. I guess this is what alcohol does, huh?
Come on, Nin, pretty please. Show us some of your magic.
No way, I can't. What if people see?
Oh, but no one's gonna notice, and it's not like we're at the office.
Besides, isn't your magic a part of you?
You think so? Then off to the skies I go!
Her wing things are... Is that a different girl or they're just blue?
On?
Why don't
Different
you come
seasons.
over? I'm making curry tonight.
Aw.
Let's close up shop early today.
Sounds good.
Mochi, it's playtime!
What does she keep saying she
Well,
can't
let's
go
go
back
upstairs.
to?
No, I want to stay and play with Mochi.
You can play later.
But I'm not tired at all.
Then how about we play for a while?
Really?
There you are.
Thank you. It's lovely how much fun your family has together.
Another one will be joining us soon.
Oh yes, congratulations.
Daiichi inspired me to come here, if you can believe it. I wasn't originally planning to stay all that long, but now here I am with a family.
I'm so happy for you. You're inspiring
So
me
as
to
you
do
move
the same
away and
thing.
you stay.
It's okay to be honest. Euthanians can't hide our emotions. Our wings give us away. That reminds me. Here, Dai entrusted it to me. I think you should listen to him.
Hey, if you're watching this right now, An thought it was the right time to show you. I'm not sure how long it would have been since you moved out. Could be a week, or maybe even a year. Are you eating well? You know, I've been cooking my curry a lot, but I keep making way too much for myself because it was always your favorite. And I have no doubt you're working hard, but remember, you don't need to push yourself too hard. You can come home whenever you feel like it, all right?
I'm ready to go now.
Understood, miss.
It actually had a little bit of tear jerk to it at the end there. Not gonna cap with you. That was fly. The moments that hit almost hit you out of nowhere, and they hit hard. Shout out Garn. I was fly. Thank you, bro. Real for real. Oh, and they have the credits floating to the last scenes. Oh, that's fly. Go crazy.
I'm back.
Welcome home, Ren. Ooh, tonight's special is a Euthanian favorite, Dai's famous curry.
It looks amazing. How?
What do you think?
It's the best.
Go home. Actually get along with home long enough to get a good meal. It would be fly.
Hey, have you guys heard? YouTubers make anime now. They have for quite a while. Often animators will get their foot in the door by uploading shorter animations to YouTube, Nico Nico, and other websites in order to showcase their talent, and sometimes they get jobs at wider studios and go on to do
That gives me you know what, I'm gonna go positive. It just gives me a really good hypothetical situation to look forward to. So I really appreciate that. Definitely. 10 out of 10 for sure.
There's a new Otherworld isekai anime that I want to put on your radar.
There was a lot there for lore. Now that I think about it, there was a lot of moments that was just like, what? We can't go, and we can't go this way, and there's a lot more that can happen with this. It really seemed like a pilot episode almost, you know? But at the same time, it didn't feel incomplete, which was fly. I like that.
Free. This is Baan, the Boundary of Adulthood, a brand new anime short film by longtime anime YouTuber Gigguk, Geeks Plus, and Studio Daisy. It's described as a story of two people in search of a new life who leave their birthplaces, traveling to a whole different world to try and find a place where they truly belong. So why am I reviewing Gigguk, aka Garn's debut anime? Well, first, Garn has been a Digimon truther, reminding the internet on more than one occasion that Digimon Adventure was one of the earliest and greatest isekai, and second, I'm fascinated and thrilled by his decision to take a break from...
Oh yeah, because doesn't isekai mean you have to like transport to the other world? I guess Pokemon isn't necessarily an isekai, because I was kind of referring to it as an isekai in the video essay I'm working on. Digimon, they actually do like a world shift, you know?
Traveling to a whole different world to try and find a place where they truly belong. So why am I reviewing Gigguk, aka Garn's debut anime? Well, first, Garn has been...
Wait, so did he go to they went to different worlds? Like he went to the fairy world and she went to the human world? Interesting.
Digimon truther, reminding the internet on more than one occasion that Digimon Adventure was one of the earliest and greatest isekai, and second, I'm fascinated and thrilled by his decision to take a break from reviewing anime to creating his own. I admire YouTube creators taking wild swings, critics becoming creators. Last year I released a novel inspired by the monster tamer stories we grew up with after years of reviewing them on YouTube. When I published it, I was eager to hear reviews, good and bad, to learn how people responded to it. Now, I
don't know Garnt, but I'd love to provide him and you an honest review. Baan feels like the story this man was born to tell. From watching his channel and listening to Trash Taste, I understand that he's a British expat who now lives abroad. I also know he's spoken on his parents' journey from coming to Thailand to England, and while Baan is by no means autobiographical, I could see much of Garnt's story in between the lines of this short film. This is a story about movement, change, curiosity, understanding yourself and understanding others through stepping away from them. In Baan's world scenario, an Earth exists, and so does a magical world called Euthania. A warp gate connects them, and two-way travel is both possible and known by the general public. It isn't a select chosen few who can enter the other world, it's a pretty standard process, all things considered. This plants Baan firmly in isekai categorization, but also magical realism. That's not to say the visuals aren't surreal and dreamlike. Garnt and Studio Daisy designed a world inspired by Southeast Asian mythology that should feel familiar to isekai enjoyers, but that has its own unique traits inspired by his culture. I'm especially fond of the train station warp gate visuals. The role that a train station plays in the journey between worlds, it reminds me of Mirai no Mirai and Digimon Frontier. We watch as the Euthanian Rin bids a sweet farewell to a father figure as well as this guardian deity, while Daichi, the human, leaves Japan on less than ideal terms, with his mother pleading with him not to go. One seems eager while the other seems lost. As we watch them travel through the warp gates on their respective journeys, they both state, "This marks the beginning of my new life." It surely resonates for anyone who has left their home country, like the writer, but it's just as relatable to those moving cities for university, maybe changing schools or starting new jobs. You don't have to have traveled across dimensions to feel like you've gone through a life-changing move. We get to enjoy a reverse isekai situation, watching the magical girl seeking out a normal life in the human world. She's desperate for an office job or anything that'll let her extend her stay and provide her a fuller human experience. It's a fun twist on the genre where we typically see the human leaving Earth in search of something grander. It's also a little bit like The Little Mermaid or the Barbie movie. Weird comparisons, perhaps.
Okay, so that's what I was trying to figure out.
Magical girl amazed by everyday things we take for granted feels like those movies. When she does find work, she gets in trouble for a magic outburst and puts a handmade
I appreciate that this is a breakdown.
in her cubicle. It's cute but also sad, like a person who works in customer support feeling that they need to hide their accent with customers or playing down a personality trait to fit in with colleagues. Shortly after, we see Rin cooking at home with magic.
It was
felt
cute
to
but
me
sad.
like an obvious metaphor for cooking dishes from your culture at home, maybe using your mom or dad's recipes. Work is this no magic zone, but at home you're free to be yourself. We follow Daichi's journey too, which is largely him camping and cooking, kind of building a name for himself in this new world, building a life for himself. There is some stunning music.
He's in the fairy world, okay.
Who is perhaps best known
Yeah,
for
the music was
Maiden
nice.
Or Apothecary Diaries.
Music was
Though
nice.
I loved his work on the game Florence. Pankin's work shines best in this montage around the 7-minute mark, showing Daichi and Rin getting used to their new lives. Baan contains a very solid twist that I'm not going to spoil here, of course. I'm impressed that they managed to pull off an impactful twist with this limited runtime. And it isn't just a twist for the sake of having one. I think it's essential to the theme of the story. It lands with the impact of something like Your Name without straight up lifting it. Baan is a story about seeking understanding through movement, change. It's a tale about wanting to understand yourself and also about wanting to understand those who came before you. Maybe your parents or grandparents or a mentor. Where did they come from and what did they have to overcome? It's about finding courage in the courage that a past generation had. It's a mature story, not in that it's bloody or edgy, but in its quietness, in its curiosity. Baan is, I think, inspiration to those looking to take a leap of faith, but also encouragement for you to think about the people who raised you. Garnt, Gigguk, I don't know you, but you should be very proud of this. I think art can be a brief glimpse into the soul of the creator. That glimpse can be especially clear on smaller projects like short stories, poetry, or music. I feel like you've offered viewers a look inside your heart with Baan, and I thank you for opening up. Gigguk and Studio Daisy now have this lovely world scenario with at least one great story within it, and I'd love to see them tackle other stories in this world in the future. There's a ton of potential if they ever decide to return to it, but as it stands, Baan, the boundary of adulthood, is a great piece of media, anime or otherwise. Thanks for watching. Consider subscribing if you like thoughtful human reviews of big and small anime. I'll be talking about the new Digimon anime once that premieres in October, and I'll be revisiting Beyblade soon to talk about the short-lived spin-off that time kind of
do want to check out that new Digi anime.
Check out my free Substack if you're interested in newslettery blog things from me, and I'll see you in the next video.
All right, I did already set it up so we get a double viewing. We're gonna take this viewing with Iron Mouse.
Chat, we're gonna watch Baan. It's an anime made by Gaunt, which I'm so excited. It's amazing, but I want to watch the dub with you guys because I want to hear my friends voicing in an anime. I want to hear my friends voicing in an anime.
Yeah. YouTuber. Oh wait.
The only complaint I have about this anime is the fact that it's too short. It's way too short.
You want to come along?
That means you pre-watched. God dang it, Iron Mouse.
Sound like Sydney. What the fuck? You wanna come along? Oh my god, she's acting. Wow, that doesn't even sound like her. What the fuck?
Acting.
She's acting. Oh, Grandma. I love that dragon thing.
You'll discover monumental history and miracles that only occur once every 200 years.
Euthania.
I don't get it. What's he thinking?
We are now arriving at floor 1. Floor 1. Please be sure to take all your belongings with you when departing. The Cosmoliner is running on schedule.
And I'm locked in this time. I'm locked in this viewing, guys.
It's scheduled to take place at...
Seriously?
Monkey, we're watching your direction.
I really wish you would quit going through my PC.
I think you did a great job.
Yeah, this looks awesome.
Is he playing Pokemon Go? I want to know more about this dragon.
I'm headed out now. See you, Dad.
What?
Wait, the news guy was Monkey? Wait, hold on. I'm sorry, I'm like half asleep.
Wow.
I'm like half asleep. I'm an idiot. That was him? Wasn't even paying attention.
At Euthania, you'll discover monumental history and miracles that only occur once every 200 years.
I was paying attention, but not to his voice.
What's he thinking?
Why does everybody sound different?
At floor 1. Floor
Even Alex doesn't sound the
Please
same.
be sure to take all your belongings.
Man, everybody's literally like...
The Cosmoliner
Everybody's
is running
acting.
on
Everybody's acting their balls off.
Yeah.
Floor 1 activation is
I gotta figure out how to make a VTuber.
Seriously?
15 p.m.
I really wish you would quit going through my PC.
Activate at 9 o'clock.
I'm headed out now. See you, Dad.
Bye, Dad.
Hi.
It's a threat level 2 zone.
Oh no, not threat level 2.
This is floor 2. Floor 2. Please be sure to take
Yo,
all
she's
your
actually
belongings with you
entertaining,
when you
Seth.
depart. Thank you for riding with Cosmoliner.
I wish
I know you're worried, but I'll be fine.
Do you see how much text there is on there?
Have a little faith.
You have to stay here, okay?
I hear her now.
Promise I'll be back.
Oh my god, she sounds so good. What the fuck? Oh my god, she sounds so great.
All these purples look like blue.
This is amazing.
Close as I can get, Iron Mouse.
Thank God you finally answered. Have you read
I'm
any
going
of my
now.
I'm going now.
You're both going now.
You're both
I know
going
you mean
now.
well, but you have to let me do this on my own.
This is so exciting!
I'm ready now.
Understood, sir.
Wow, it's like she's a real anime girl.
Oh.
She should think about becoming a VTuber, you know what I mean?
Ah.
They're both going.
She's a real anime girl. He's funny. Yo, she is jokes.
This is Garn's short anime film that he just recently released. Bro, Sydney, you should think about becoming a VTuber, like for real.
Learning a lot from Iron Mouse right now. Just know how to keep the momentum going in your stream.
It's the beginning of my new life.
Here's what, like, I always think this. I always think, man, people just want to get away and like start a new life places, but it's like, do you really want to get away? Do you want to get away? Yeah, who am I kidding? I would love to get away. If I had a choice to go to like a magical land and not have to be here anymore. Yeah,
It would be a facts isekai. That's why isekai is so popular right now, because that's how everyone feels at this point.
She sleeps in a hammock.
Come on. It's here. This way now.
Wow,
Nice.
so many magic powers.
Oh, please, come on, please. Okay. Let's see here.
Worse.
13 rejections in a row. This sucks.
Aw.
13 rejections. Oh no, this girl's never getting a job.
Lucky number 14.
Crazy.
Emotional damage.
Here goes. Dear applicant, okay? We'd like to inform you you've been accepted.
Acceptance.
Oh my god, she sounds so great. Let's talk about this. Why?
All right, that's not bad.
What? I get to start my life in a new magical place,
Cooking back home.
but I have to
Just
sleep
a
in a
moment.
tent?
It's almost done.
No.
I always wanted to make meals with you. I should have said so.
No.
Thank you for calling customer support.
Oh my god, her dream job is at a call center.
You with today?
Hey, yeah, I'm calling about the thing you sold me. Uncle Chunk broke as soon as I opened the package. I needed it for tomorrow. Send me a new one right now.
Could you please specify?
I'm playing dumb.
Oh.
Now.
No, she blew everything up with her magic.
I'm so sorry.
Destroyed them all because she got scared.
All right, that looks like it. Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry, your job didn't
All
work
right.
out.
I needed that. It was only day one. I'll do better
Good
tomorrow.
cry.
Another magic person.
Sometimes it is needed.
It seems she's all right for now.
Daisy.
Oh.
So,
You never get a job, guys. It sucks in the chat.
Your folks run a clinic, right?
I gotta make some
Think you'll
emotes
just
for
end
my
up working there?
subscribers.
I don't know. Not if I can help it.
He's running away from his life. He just wants a new life. No magic.
She's so harsh. He's
come
running away
on.
from his life. He just wants a new life. Okay,
That's a life with
I
no
love you
magic.
too. Oh, I'm gonna make rice and shrimp.
I love that dragon in the sky. I want to know more about that dragon.
Yeah, facts.
Yummy.
Oh, rice. Fried rice. The best of rices.
Is it a naga? Is that what it's called?
I can't go. I won't go back.
She's peppermint.
You said she's peppermint?
Before?
Yeah, see?
Whoa.
Wait. Oh, peppermint.
Oh my god, look at
Oh,
the
pregnant in it, yeah. It says she's peppermint.
Cool.
That's funny. That is cute.
If they have the same yakisoba.
She wasn't pepper. Wait.
Peppermint.
That's so fire.
Is it a naga? Is that what it's called?
That is so cute. She's peppermint.
I can't go. I won't go back.
She's peppermint. She wasn't peppermint before.
It was not.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh my god, look at the double moon.
Oh, that is sick. It is pretty sick.
Have you ever been to a festival this big, Rune?
Yeah, it
If
would.
they have the same yakisoba style as last year, we have to.
Did she hear the drum? Oh, flashback to when she was a kid.
That sound.
Wow.
Is there a festival happening?
I want to go to the festival.
Oh, he transferred there and just started camping in the woods, helping people.
Here they come! Two formation! Yes, sir!
Nada, protect the egg, okay?
Egg?
Oh.
Where's that signal?
Egg. There's an egg, right?
There! Leave the rest to us!
Ooh.
Don't let a single one through! Yes, sir!
Yes, sir.
Ursa, what are they doing here? Rin!
Get away! Quickly!
Oh no. Oh yeah, that's from when she was little. He was watching from the outside world.
On that day,
She was little.
On that day. On that day, I found the place where I truly belong. And I would never look back.
Oh wow.
on that day, I became a burden on Daiichi's shoulders.
Aww. So they grew up together in a way.
Bin, come on, let's get going.
Right.
Oh. Okay, so Daiichi went to this fairy world. Daiichi ran into her and helped her with the dragon egg thing. Daiichi raised her, and when she got older, she went to the real world to live there for a while, and then came back to visit Daiichi, who was at home in the fairy world where she grew up and he moved to. I got the story. Nice. Let's clap it up for me. Let's clap it up for me. Let's clap it up for me on that one. Vroom, vroom. And her aunt, who also moved from the fairy world to this world, was watching over her during. Got to the bottom of it. Second watch, second playthrough vibes. All right, let's finish.
The animation is amazing.
Animation is top tier. Transparent Wings is eating.
Shut the fuck up, blasphemer beaver. Get the fuck out of here.
Toasty
Yeah.
one.
Go away.
Even though I'm covered in snow. I guess this is what alcohol does, huh?
Come on, Nain, pretty please. Show us some of your magic.
No way, I can't. What if people see?
I've been seeing you type in.
Oh, but no one's gonna notice.
Hater ass
It's not like we're at
comments
the office.
Besides,
is that your magic a part of you?
Check him, Iron Mouse.
So then
Check him.
disguise I go.
For 15 minutes.
On?
Why don't you come over? I'm making curry tonight.
Yeah.
Did you
Let's
have the
close up
babby?
shop early today.
Sounds good.
Mochi, it's playtime. Did you have the
Luna,
baby?
let's go upstairs.
No, I want to stay and play with Mochi.
The
play
babby.
later.
I'm not tired at all.
Then how about we play for a while?
Really? The voice
There you
acting is
are.
amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, it is.
Sydney did an amazing
It's
job.
lovely
Everybody
how much
did.
fun your family has together.
Another one will be joining us soon.
Oh yes, congratulations.
Another baby! Holy!
Daichi inspired me to come here, if you can believe
She's
it.
getting busy.
I wasn't originally planning to stay all that long, but now
busy.
here I am with a family.
Yo,
so
why do I
happy
love
for
Iron
you.
Mouse?
You're inspiring me to do the same thing.
Plot twist.
Okay to be honest. You
That scene of
Thanians
the
can't
guy
hide our
was
emotions.
the past.
Our wings give us away.
Yeah.
And this is the present.
That reminds me.
Oh yeah, her wings
Dai
changed
entrusted
color.
it to me. I think you should listen to him.
What does red
She's been
mean?
Red Beans, I think, just chilling, and then Lou was like sad. I think was like
I thought
optimistic.
it was the right time to show you. I'm not sure how long it would have been since you moved down.
Oh, and her mom died after she gave her the egg, and that's what. And her probably both her parents. That's why she
So does that mean like
was raised by her aunt. Okay, I'm following.
I keep making way too much for myself
in the both
because
places?
it was always
Yeah.
your favorite.
In both places, so
I've no
cute.
doubt you're working hard, but remember, you don't need to push yourself too hard. You can come home whenever you feel like it. All right?
Oh no, you're gonna ruin the phone.
I'm ready to go now.
Understood, miss.
Is she going back home? She's going back home.
You know what's crazy? My Wi-Fi hasn't dropped this whole time. I could have actually just live streamed this. Hey,
Honor, I think
learning
that
how to
was
do
fire.
post-pro.
Monkey elevator.
This was really good.
So beautiful.
It is fire. The dragon that just rocks out around the fairy world.
She left her job. She's going back home.
Yeah. You left her job. It's so.
God, what a banger. No more authentic.
pot of rice.
I'm back.
It's Daichi!
Welcome home, Ren.
Ren.
He's an old man now.
Yeah.
Daddy.
Yo.
Tonight's special's a Euthanian favorite.
You chill, Iron Mouse.
It looks amazing.
Daddy.
What do you think?
It's the best.
Yep, turns out he's her dad.
It's her, yeah, in a way, adopted father type vibes. Yeah.
Is that the new dragon floating around? Oh, that was so sweet.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome. Oof.
Standing ovation.
Okay,
Standing
with that
ovation.
watch through, I think my rating and everything still, actually my rating, it might be an 11. That was awesome. Because now even understanding that the story does tie itself up that well.
Thank you so much for making this, Garnt. Oh my god, what a treat.
Top tier. Top tier.
I'm so proud of him. So proud of him, bro.
And I'm able to subscribe to Iron Mouse.
I'm excited to check out this anime because it's
look, another
Baan,
VTuber.
and it's made by
You should
Gigguk, an incredibly massive
Checking
anime
this out.
YouTuber who also has a podcast called Trash Taste, which I watch a lot of Sea Dog VA, so it's pretty cool to see like something that Gigguk's doing on his own.
Wow, I'm discovering so many YouTubers just looking at the different people who reacted to this.
Anything about it at all,
I'm gonna do this on my own time. Stay cloudy, guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with me for that. That was really fun. See you next episode.
And check out the original video linked